Alrighty guys, so let's get into some let's take a look at RPG Maker MZ again today. This is going to be the second part of yesterday's episode, not really. I showed you yesterday on how to create a shop and how to transfer players from in and out and using doors. And I also showed you guys kind of how to start a intro scene. Creating an intro scene, showing you guys that just in a brief how to do it. We'll create and show you guys how to create another scene in a later episode when we get into starting to create dungeons. You're going to see how I create dungeons in the game in the, not this episode, but the next one. The reason why that's today is we're going to take a look at how to use different tools to your advantage. Right now, I've used basically every single ounce of characters in the game. Now, in those people that I showed you when creating like your stuff, you want to create your own characters. You want your own people, your own NPCs, which as you can see, all of these guys here that you guys saw in the previous episode are all the same here in general. Now, what we can do is you can go over here and click on this character generator. This is going to show you guys on how to create a good character. You can say randomize the character, make it look random. You can do it again and just create randomized characters in the way that they look. We have a hard hat construction worker. We don't need a hard hat construction worker right now for this game. There is no need for it in this area. So I usually, myself, if I'm going to create something, creating like a hard worker, I'm going to usually click on, you can do randomize characters. Okay? Characters can look random. But let's say we wanted to create a character. Okay? Let's say you don't want to use the randomize button. Okay? And let's say you want to create a different character. Well, now you can come up here and you can do face. This is not going to alter the face down here on the NPCs. So if you're trying to create like NPCs as in don't need to have the mayor or don't need to have faces for their characters, you don't need to save their face image. So don't worry about modifying their face if you're doing that, which I'm not going to do that. But if you want to change their skin type, you can do this here, and it will also effectively make their skin a little bit different. So let's go say you want to say front hair. This is where you can start by creating a lot of different customizable options. So when you got a male here, we're creating male, a male NPC, you can go in and you can alter and look at the way different things look. Like we can start changing the color of the hair. I believe there is a lot more colorization in the game than you would typically think. Now, if you're wanting to create characters, you can also do that. So let's add a beard, like a little bit of a beard. Like, it doesn't look properly right here. Okay? I don't like a beard on this guy, so we're not going to do it. You can change it ears to make it look like elven ears or regular ears. In variation. Eyes, you can change the eyes and how they look, but they're not going to be changed on a character like this. Okay? When you go into eyebrows, you can change the eyebrows however you want. Make it look like that. You can change its nose. We're not going to focus on that, nor the mouth. Facial marks will be effective on your character a lot. Your mouth won't be as effective traditionally. I don't think your nose isn't going to be changed directly based on it. Okay, let's say you want to throw in like a tail or something. You can throw tails in. however you want. You can throw wings, which I do want to throw. I do want to throw like wings in this game, because first off, in this game, I always go in and I look at the first game I ever created. I created with intention of going through like with fairies. I always added like your fairy characters in there. In all my games, I've always added fairies, but they were always something from another planet from their fairy planet when that got destroyed. In the first game, I believe I even talked about it in the second game where some of them, when the planet got destroyed, they knew the planet was in the process of being destroyed. The fairies know pretty much in all the games and gloriness, they know when a planet's about to be destroyed. So when I did it in my first game, now you guys can see it in the second game too, I've always did it like this. So I'm going to create some fairies in here. And this one, so we're going to use that. Sorry, I thought I had to sneeze there for a second. And so when you go look and you're trying to create like a character, like I'm gonna leave the character, that's an overall setting. You know, we kind of want to make it look more generalized. Like, when you want to look at a character, you can create, when you click on some characters, like some of them will have like sub artifacts, and you can see, showing you guys this one, this is going to be like that shirt that you see. So when you go down here and it looks, and you'll see there's not much that's going to be changed there. So what I really want to do is kind of use that. It's focused on that. Now, you can also say, okay, you can throw like a cloak or something on it, but it's not going to be a decent thing to use. You can throw like certain accessories with your character, like you could put like, you know, like headphones. Like I did this in the second one where I believe I did it where in the second one it was like a futuristic kind of thing, but it wasn't got futuristic as you got down in, kind of things like that. Like sometimes you can throw an accessory, you know, like this and that. It's different. And if you don't want, you don't have to throw an accessory on here, you know. You know, this is where you can throw like hats on top for like accessories. Like in one of the characters I did, I threw a hat on him. So, it's kind of like you can make it however you want your character to be. You can even throw glasses on this person to really make this person look, you know, the way that you want him to look. So now we're gonna do. Now when you're done creating a character like this, you can click on face image, walking character, damage, battler. When you're creating NPCs, you don't need to worry about the battler as much. You don't need to worry as damage as much unless you're making this kind of like an NPC that is a mayor or whatever. Or whatever you want to do with that character. If you're going to have that NPC be like somebody from, like a friend or something, you want to use damage. Battler, you don't need to use unless you're going to make them a full-fledged character in a later point in the game. You don't want to do the battler when they're not there. Okay? make them so that they're not available to be accessed or used right away, and stuff like that. So what you want to do is you want to create the walking character. Now what we're going to do is we're going to export this, and I always like to call these, I like to put these as NPC. I just put male here just because that's what they male 1, and this is male 1, this is male 1 set. So when I create characters, it's going to use that male setting there. Male 1. Now I could set this up as male 1, and we're going to set this up and change the character to look a little bit different in different ways. And you can do this just to show you. Let's just do a couple of alterations to the hair. If I say no to that, can we have something more like where it sits in the back of the hair? Makes it look more different. Now, in this one, compared to the OG, let's say I go to the front hair and I want to bring it down, just bring the hair down on the character, you can. It doesn't stop you from creating that. That's only going to fix the face area anyway. Let's go and make it a little bit. Let's just kind of change hair color a little bit, kind of make it seem there. The wing color, let's change the wing color a little bit just to kind of make it a little bit different. Let's go with clothing, change it to that, just to kind of make it like clothing, kind of a little bit different. You want to make it so that the character, the character doesn't have a lot towards it in the first place. So then we can go and click walking character. Now, as you can see, I can put this anywhere I want to, but when you want to go, you want to import first, and then go find where you saved your NPC, NPC mail. What it's going to do is you click on this, click open. Okay, you do not want to save over that character, you just want to save it next to it, and you click on export, and then you go back and you say NPC mail again. Okay, is where you're going to do it. And I'll say yes, replace it. Now, if we go and import the NPC mail, as you can see, it sits right there beautifully. That means now when you create your characters, you can say, okay, I want to save them in certain spots. I can now do that. I don't have to put the fairies, I don't have to put these guys all in the same place. So if you're looking at characters, you don't have to go into fully extents. Now, when you want to say a damaged character looks like this, which means I can put this, I can put more here than anything else. Battler is a lot different. Battler is only effective for SV battlers or side view battlers. You do not need this for a side view setup. Okay. You can also save these settings as Johnson files. I saved it like for Gunner, Jerome, Canelo, and Angel, just in case I decide I want to change them later. You can save that for a later point. Okay. But you don't have to save these settings. You can always save them and say, hey, this is a default setting. You want to alter your characters and NPCs, you can do that. Or you can load a setting, which we'll do here. Let's go with Angel. Show up with Angel just to have load that setting. And cancel. Okay. And as you look at it, Angel shows up in this way. This allows you to create your characters the way that you want them to be. You don't have to have characters be I'm going to put it this way. You don't have to save a lot of Johnson files if you want to come back and reference a character. I'd highly recommend you do it. I didn't do this with my first two, but I'm going to start doing that with more often, is saving the settings for the main characters. When I need to create like faces, animations, things like that, you want to bring that back so you can create those animations for when characters show up, when you want those images to be there. So we're only going to focus on the male today, though. Just to show you guys, creating a different. The reason why I'm showing you guys this today is because we're also going to show you guys how to create like some side. It's character generation, but also creating some side dialogue where you can go talk to somebody and focus on that. Like you see, as I'm changing the character, we're gonna do different characters. Let's go with a. Let's keep the hairstyle. Let's keep the hair color the same. Let's go wing color. Let's keep it all the same, but it's a different hair here. I want to change to see if we can change the clothing just to a yellowish color, and then we're gonna go to walking character, export and PC male 1. Yes. Okay. And then when we click import and one. So now you can see we're saving characters, we're making characters good. Now let's make sure that we get a little bit of face. Let's change the color of the skin a little bit. Let's just do that. Let's go with front hair. Let's change the front hair. Let's keep the back hair. Let's change the back hair a little bit. And then we can go walking character again. And go to export. Sometimes this is different when I'm working on the art in the creator editor. Let's change the back front hair again and the back hair this time. And then let's also go with, let's change the hair color slightly again. Let's go with the face. Let's go with a darker face, just to go one set darker. And then we need to import the NPC male because it's bugged within the game. They need to, like, when you export a character, you need to import the character again, just so that you don't accidentally overwrite. Like when you're exporting the character, you save it. Well, they should be able to automatically import that in. So that all you have to do is do it that way, but they don't, unfortunately. Let's go with a darker toned character here again. We're gonna change the clothing here. We're gonna keep the character. We're gonna go and just slightly change the character, change the color of that wing. Let's change the color of the wing to be like a bluish color. Let's go clothing. Let's go blue with a little bit of color of something. Let's just throw in a little bit of that, like darker blue, lighter blue, and then let's go. Keep that. Let's go to walking character. Okay, we're gonna export. No, we're gonna need to import the character from the previous thing, which I don't get why I have to do this. Like, should be able to already have it imported. Oh, so if I click on import, I don't think I saved and because I might have accidentally saved over nature, and if I did that, I can always No, nature's fine. So then I'll say yes. Okay. Then we need to import the NPC mails again. Okay. Then now let's go over here. Now we're gonna get rid of. We're gonna still have the fairy, but we're also gonna now have Now let's go and find our clothing again. See, this is the issue. Um, that does not have a that does not have one that's down, and I wonder what that's down. So we can't really do that. I'm gonna change. Let's just do you. We're gonna go front hair. Just change it again. Change the front hair. Let's go front hair there, and then a walking character. Okay. And then we're going to go with NPC mail 1. Okay? And then we're going to close. Now let's go back. Let's go over to face. Let's go and put a... And then let's do hair again. Let's change the hair color. Roll it again. Let's go walking character. Need to do this again. I hate doing this. Because I don't want to export over NPC. You see. And then, because if we don't import, and then we're just going to change the wing color on this guy, making it yellow, and we'll change that there, making it yellow. I meant to change its wing to kind of be a yellowish color. He's not going to be the oddball out though, because there's few characters. We're just creating these just to show you let's see, male, and then yep. Okay, so now we can close you out. Now, when you want to create randomized character, this is where we're going to show you how to. I know the first two I showed you kind of the introduction, how it goes, but this time I'm going to show you how to create like an actual like dialogue box where we can make it so that you only want to have this person talk to you once, or have this person talk to you twice or 3 times or whatnot, or have them just repeat the same thing if you talk to them. We'll do a few here. So let's go here. I don't have a lot here to go on. Let's create a new character. Okay. So let's go to NPC mail. Let's create you first. Okay. We're gonna say okay. We're gonna give him like you know, this city was once a big city. You know, Crane. Let's change the name. Let's do Crane was once a big city. Big city when trade was booming. Boom. But since whatever since whatever since but ever since But ever since the UNR troops, since the UNR troops showed up, ever since the UNR troops blocked trade, blocked, the UNR troops blocked trade, we don't get a lot of people here. Okay? Now, when you want something like that, you can say, okay, that just means now when you talk to this person's always going to be saying that same thing. But let's say I want to change it to make it so that this character comes in and says, and I want to say to change something else, you can do this. We can go into Control Self Switch A on, which means we can copy this, paste this page, delete that there, delete that again, and we can say that you want Self Switch A to sit here, and this means this is going to follow the same thing. We can say, you know, so he's just saying that, this place is not great. Wait, my house caved in. My house caved in ever since, no, my house, no, let's do this. Let's say, then you can he kind of is there, and then you can kind of say, let's say that you want to say, how can we have this character be? How can we have this NPC talk about, he's going in from talking about this, when you talk to him again, I am talking, he's going to have something kind of say, I've been here for 5 days, or something. Kind of not really, but let's just hit OK. Let's just have him have text there for a second. Let's see. It's kind of hard when you do things. You kind of come up with something on the fly. Try not to come up with things on the fly. I'm doing it, but don't do it yourself. It's just not worth it. Because he's going in and talking. Hold on, let's do it. So he's going in from talking about a lot of people here. Even we can have him talk about like the resistance here. Let's have him talk about like the resistance crew. No, you can say this new resistance crew. Let's do this. Let's hope this new resistance crew can defeat the UNR troops. Okay. Now, so then, and as you can see, we can say, okay, this is self-control A. This is where your character can come in and do this. Now, if I wanted to say, let's have the character repeat itself in a way, you can have it set up, say, control self-switch B on, and then I have it set to control self-switch A off, so that it goes off and then B goes on right afterwards. So let's say we copy this, we want to paste this, we can delete that and then paste it right afterwards. And then we can say, okay, this is self-switch A on, right? This is going to be self-switch B. So then we can say also set up to control self switch be off. And then when we go in into the character cavern, when we start playing the game, like we're gonna go through the saved file. Okay? As you can see, we have characters out here. But we come down here and talk to this guy down here that's living. You know, Crane was once a big city when trade was booming. Ever since the UNR troops blocked trade, we don't get a lot of people here. Okay, now you can talk to him again. Let's hope this resistance crew can defeat the UNR troops. Okay, so then he's going to repeat himself when you talk to him. He's going to talk about those people. You know, so you don't have a lot about characters in development. So when you want to create something, characters don't have to always be such a big issue. Characters, like, as you can see, I just got into a drone fight within town. Okay, now it's very rare that you will find somebody in town in fighting. They set it up this way because of drones. The drones are the only ones that are here, unless you're going in like patrol, like they have like little patrols. Like we'll talk about one of the characters I'm going to have here. We'll talk about it. How, as you guys can kind of see, I'm showing you guys this because I can. So you can fight within town, but it's very, I did it so that it's very rare for you to fight in town. I'd like to see if we can edit this and change the encounter rate to 175. Get that a little bit more, so you have a little bit more time to walk around. It's not going to be to that extent. Now, let's create one final character that we're just going to say, let's go here. No, we want to keep it on the game side. Remember, always go to the joystick. Always go to this one here. Don't go to anywhere else. So new, we're going to create this new. We're going to go to NPC mail. Let's go down here. Let's just pick a random one. Click hit apply. Not apply it. We're going to hit random. And then we're going to say, just be careful. Okay, like they're gonna talk about their the resistance. When you go in, you will have to present kind of something to where, you know, when you go in, you will have to be able to get in to certain things. There's gonna be something behind this where you have to come back to town to do something. So we'll show you guys how to create a scene. In doing so in the next episode, we're going to show you guys how to create dungeons in the next episode and show you guys how to create a scene in the following episode. So how to create a dungeon, maybe a short scene, maybe we'll do that in 2 separate episodes. This one is coming out today. It's actually going to be coming out Wednesday, and then Thursday this week, and Friday, which is basically tomorrow, and the following day when you guys watch this in the future, it's not going to pertain to you, but those 2 days are going to be pertaining to about dungeons and creating a scene, creating a detailed, good-looking scene, okay? Right. Okay, we're going to do one where it says, be careful. These drones just might attack. Okay, and then these drones just might attack in town. Attack in town. Okay. Now, if you can see, I don't know if you guys can see this pretty well. I have a hard time trying to see it myself. Hard time. I can still see it, but there's this black line here. Don't make sure, like, if you click on a, let's say we just add in town, I P-R-R-Y. Let's say, hurry. Okay. Now, let's say when you want to click on that preview, that H is the last thing that's going to be showing up there because you're going over the thing. Okay. So we're just going to say, and just be careful, and then we're going to say, we're going to show you guys, this one, we're just going to say, Control self switch A on, and we're going to copy, paste, and just delete everything there, and then self switch A on. Okay, and then we're going to create we're going to create another character in here, another one of those fairy types. We're going to hit control, we're going to create a new, go again, let's go down here, let's go and create U, okay, and then we're going to go control, then we're going to show text here, the UNR group, keep this town in line, in line, in line. Some of my friends work. Now we're gonna create a mine. Some of my friends work in the. Some of my friends work in the mountain. Some of my friends work in the mountain side. In the mountainside mine. Mountainside mine. Mountainside mine. Okay. He just says that the unit troops keep this town in line. If we don't, if we do not listen, we can end up like my friends. My friends. Friends. Like my friends. Okay. And we're gonna do this there, and then we're gonna do that same thing again. We're gonna say new. I'll self switch A on. This time we're gonna have it where he's gonna talk about it the first time, and then we're gonna create copy paste. We're gonna save this, say A, and then we're gonna take this out, and then we're gonna say when when my friends tried to climb to climb climb. I can't spell climb right. No, I can. I know you don't. Jump the wall. They were caught. Sent to the mountain mine. Mountainside mine. Now, mountain is not mountainside mine. I think the UNSC called it mountainside mine. Mountainside mine, which Okay? You'll figure it out. You'll be able to find Mountainside Mine just by exploring. There might be like secret crevices or things. Like we'll show you how to create things that make it seem like it is. So he's just saying, that, and then we'll allow it to be there. Then we can say, okay, when you want to create something where you talk to him the first time, the second time, and then the third time. Let's say you want to talk to him the third time, and then you want to make it so that it says be on, but then you want to say Control A off. And then you say a copy, and then we can do this, and I'll go boom, 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 and change this to B. Now, if you happen to set up one where this is right here, but then you have one that's at the far end that has no self switch, it's always going to follow that fourth page. So it's going to follow the most furthest page if you don't have self switch A on, or you don't have the switches on. Just to let you guys know. So now we're going to say yes, save changes. Now this is going to allow us to show you guys this on the differences. I clicked new game just because I didn't mean to do that. Do that. Because you can see this character you can't talk to. Some of these characters you can't really talk to. So let's go talk to this guy down here. You and our troops keep this town alive. If you do not listen, we can end up like my friends. When my friends tried to jump the wall, they were caught and sent to the mountainside mine, which we do not know where it is. Now, which, I actually have to spell the right which. As you can see, you can't talk to him anymore. He just stands there. You don't have to have characters. You can have characters that just stand there all the time. It's not. It makes it look lively. You know. Ukraine was once a big city when trade was booming, but ever since, and you can see, you talked about showing you guys thing. And you look at this one, you can try to talk to her, but as you can see, it's not going to work. Then as you can see, it's just kind of like that guy needs to be moving though. This guy needs to be moving. So as you can see, I don't like it when he's sitting there. So we'll just have it random. Let's show you guys movement. We'll show you guys movement in the next one. So in the next episode. When you have a character that does that and you want to make sure that they always are moving, you can always have it set to random. You can always let's say this guy walks a little bit slower than the normal average person. Okay? He'll walk a little bit slower, just to kind of show you that at a later point. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, today, we showed you guys how to create NPCs and use the character generator to make NPCs in the game. Yesterday we showed you guys how to set up a shop. I did go through and just create a character. Just went and used the basic character to show you. That was to kind of show you how to do that. We'll show you guys how to create an inn in this next episode. Inns are going to be somewhat similar. We'll show you guys how to create that quickly, but we're going to do focused on creating a dungeon in the next one. That one will create the dungeon, and then we'll create a scene on how to create a scene, and we'll utilize that in a way so that you guys can always get access into utilizing things like that. When you create a town, remember, towns need to look really flourished, need to look really big, and need to look lived in. They don't need to look like things are there. When you look at the town, I might put in a character in there. I might put it in there in there, I might just say create another character that says, hey, this town used to have a lot of grass, but ever since the our troops or something, when you want to make it to sound like that there's people living there that talk to you. Sometimes you don't have to have characters to always all characters talk to you. You don't have to. You can allow that to be. Look, make sure that it feels a little bit lively in town. Don't need to have like a lot of people. The reason why I have a lot of people here is just because they've been relegated to sit down here in their place. When you talked about them working in the mines, they work like their friends or their things. Like this town used to be large. That's why when you see that there's not a lot of homes on one side of the map, when you guys saw that, that is because that is going to be pertaining to the story. Where part of it is where these guys go and work as UNR troops, kind of make these guys work for their work. Put them in mines if they aren't paying attention to the rules and the laws, and you are kind of the ones that are kind of rebelling against these things, and you end up going to might do something where you end up going into the prison, where you end up trying to go and talk to these two UNR troops that are blocking the entrance to blocking the entrance and going to the next city, or blocking that entrance, and you say, well, you guys can't go this way, you have to stay within the confines of this area. And I said, no, we're tired, sick, and like we can do something where we're tired. I'm sick and tired of not being able to get the things that I need in town. I'm sick and tired of not being able to I'm sick and tired of it. I'm not getting what I need. We need more. We need the goods. We're not getting as much as we need. We're starving. These people are starving. Like, we might have like somebody that talks about, well, I'm hungry, Mom, I'm hungry. Like, you can see that, some of these people are hungry. Like, you can't talk to them. Or like there might be like a guy that's, we can do something we can create a damage, use one of the damaged characters in the game. Like, we'll just have it laying down, kind of saying, oh, I'm hungry. Like, and they're not getting, like, you see a few people, but they're kind of like one of the guys or something. We might have something where it's like, there's not a lot in town. The guys, we can have the shopkeeper or something. Make it sound like that your story is great and good and going and cohesive. When you set up the story, don't set up the story and try to change it. Make your story first. I'm not doing that, but that's one of the ways you should. Make a story first, then come in and create the game afterwards. That's going to be your best bet. So, guys, I am a little bit behind in recording for RPG Make for for live streaming. So, guys, I gotta get off. I am 19 minutes behind. I'm supposed to be live streaming by now. Like Rocket League. So if you guys want to see content that's not RPG Maker MZ related, or that is not tutorial driven or pickups videos or things creatively, this channel is going to be focused heavily. I'm going to start trying to kind of pivot towards creative type of games and deals and pickups on this video in here. These are going to be things because I want to kind of like limit my pickups here, because I want to still have pickups, but I want to focus on creating games, focus on creative sides over here on YouTube, play Call of Duty, play other games over on that Twitch side. So Twitch side is not going to be dealt with creative. It's going to be more dealt with PS5 content, dealt with that kind of stuff. So if you guys want, this is going to be focused heavily on tutorials and creative games, because creative games are still going to show you guys a little bit of that tutorial aspect. As things come out, we're going to kind of do that. So if you guys want to see a lot different content, go to my Twitch. That's where I will do a lot of live stream content every day at about 3 o'clock every day, as much as I can. Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, I'm recording this. This is actually supposed to be going out on Wednesday. So when you guys are wondering why am I not playing Rocket League today, or why I didn't play Rocket League today, it's because yesterday I played it and I was actually recording it yesterday. So basically, I'm recording it Tuesday in that regards. So if you guys want to see the previous episode on how I actually got how I create a town, how we create a town, how things will work on that, showing you guys that in a later episode. I'm kind of showing you guys this as we go. We're kind of going to develop a game, creating a video as we go, as I develop, so that you guys can kind of see how the develop process, how I develop process, and how it takes me from going from a small little area of the game to going to a large stance. So if you guys want to see a lot more from me, remember, hit that beautiful subscribe, hit that beautiful like, and check out this video from my beautiful from last episode, how the differences between RPG Maker MV and MZ, actually how I created a shop, to be honest with you. And then you guys can also check out a older RPG Maker and check out the other RPG Maker video. The first episode and the second episode will be here. And then you guys can check out something from my other channel, my sneakers channel. I don't mention that very often here, but I do that at the end of every video like I always do. And hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys later.